How recovery has impacted my life has changed over the years. If you would have asked me that in my first few years of recovery, I would have said that it's given me back my sense of self, my sense of self-respect. If you would have asked me, 5 years into recovery, I would have said it's given me back healthy relationships, because it's just kind of evolved as I've grown in recovery. Recovery's just kind of changed, as things tend to do with time. I think how it's impacted me the most currently is really, really giving me a sense of purpose and connection to this life and to myself and to the people that are around me. And just the longer I'm sober, the clearer it gets that a sense of purpose and meaning is the thing that gives people, myself, I can only speak for myself, that gives me a sustained quality of life. A reason to get up in the morning, a reason to connect with people, a reason to keep doing the things that I'm doing, because what recovery doesn't take away is the hardships of life. Life is life. And I know when I first got sober, I kind of, like many people, fell under the delusion, the belief, the erroneous belief that recovery was just going to be rainbows and unicorns. That once I wasn't living on the street anymore, and once I wasn't prostituting myself, and once I wasn't shooting heroin, everything was just going to work out. And that just wasn't the case. And that was a painful realization. I almost got loaded at 3.5 years sober. Because I had just been operating under this delusion that life was just going to get really, really good when I got sober. And life did get really, really good after I got sober. But life also got very real. And I thought that I must be doing something wrong, or that was some sort of punishment, or there was something that I was missing. But what I was missing was the acceptance piece, that recovery doesn't take away the hardships of life. It gives me the ability to handle them with as much grace and dignity as possible. And I was just having a conversation with some of your staff members earlier, just about life and what that's like for people in recovery, what that's like for us in recovery. And we were talking about losing people in recovery and the struggles that we go through and the hardships that we face. And the longer I'm sober, the more it just comes back to how generous can I be with my contribution today. It really does come back to working with other people. And that's how it's impacted my life the most. It's just given me that sense of purpose by allowing me to reach another alcoholic and beyond, practicing these principles outside of the rooms of recovery. And just really taking this design for living to other people in the community, and just sharing these spiritual principles and just watching it grow, and just letting that be enough. What I think is special about Cornerstone Healing Center, and it's interesting because I was just having this conversation with a few people the other day. We were talking about treatment centers in the Valley. And I was mentioning Cornerstone, and I think the thing that's most special for me is the connection at Cornerstone and the acceptance, but also the challenge and the love at Cornerstone that the clients receive. And I think that's due in large part to the staff being in recovery and the clinicians being trauma informed. So there's this loving understanding that people are doing the best that they can with what they've got. But there's also this loving support that you're worth more and you can do better. And we're here to help challenge you to do that. Because one thing that I was told by my counselor, Paul, when I got sober, was that I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to help save your life. And I'm going to love you enough to tell you the truth, regardless of what it makes you think about me. And that's kind of the sense that I get here, is that there's just this unconditional love, but there's also this no bullshit approach. Like, we love you enough to tell you the truth, that these are the things that you need to do to change your life, and you're worth it. If you're thinking about reaching out and getting some help, just know that you're worth it. Know that there's a solution. It's accessible. There's so many good people out there that can help you tap into that solution and learn how to put it into practical application in your own life so you can recreate it. You can recreate it. You can have the life that you were always meant to have. And just know that you're worth that. No matter what you're thinking about yourself right now, what you've done, what you've been through, what you won't talk about, what you don't want to talk about, just know that none of that matters. The only thing that matters is that you stay alive. And as long as there's breath, there's hope. And you're worth it. I hope you reach out.